Lacking Adventure, brought to you by Dr. Onan's All-Purpose Hand Salve. Whether you're flogging the dolphin or buttering your muffin, use Dr. Onan's Hand Salve to make sure your solo quest goes smooth.
Welcome to episode number 4 of Lacking Adventure with Archiean and Kel. This is Kel, and today we will be discussing... I already forgot. Oh, there we go. League of Legends and TERA. Two MMOs that were, well, technically, one's an MMO, one sort of an MMO.
MOBA.
That are free to play. So let's get right into it.
On stage 5, we have Kel and Archiean working the pole like a couple of greased weasels. We need to clean up on stage 3, mop and bucket on stage 3.
Today's first topic is going to be League of Legends, a free-to-play MOBA that has been around for, I'd say, 2-3 years now, and it's doing pretty well. It's free to play. It costs zero money to download, make your account, and play. You can earn. They have over 100 champions now. I think I started when there was 20. They're basically you can pay money and buy champions, but the best part about it is you don't really have to because they give you 7 free champions each week. And through playing the games, you earn influence points, and you can unlock them by the champion. So it's a nice little game, especially if you don't want to pay you don't have to pay a sub. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You literally can never spend money on this game and enjoy it like everybody else that spends tons of money on it. I've been playing it for a while. For the first season, I played it a lot. I kind of didn't play for the second season because I kind of got back into WoW and stuff. And I just started playing hardcore again with Season 3 release. It's definitely changed since the start. I think it's a really good game. It's probably the best MOBA since... I know it's based on Dota, from Dota. It's basically the same everything. And but it's probably the best MOBA since Warcraft because there really haven't been any big ones since then. I know, Kel, you just started playing. What do you think about it so far?
Well, I gotta say I'm enjoying it a lot. I only started playing because you told me about it, really. And I've always liked the idea of the level up. It's kind of like the old Warcraft 3. They had that bonus campaign where you played as a champion and you Rexar and you leveled them up. It's sort of the same feel to me, which is a great game to play with. Within League, I know I started having a lot of fun, but I'm trying to figure out which mode to play with, whether it's mid-range or melee. But what type of champions do you like to play, Archie?
Well, my best is mid and the mage. I usually play AP carry, which is AP's ability power, which is the mage in that game. I usually go for that concept, but if not, I like roaming around in the jungle, just for the ganks.
I gotta say, it seems to come with its own dictionary, the actual League game, because it's a lot of them was like, I'm used to the WoW dictionary. Oh, this is a twink character, where he's a low-level character who is helped out and fed money and gear by all the high-level characters. Well, that doesn't exist in League. Instead, you've got Smurf accounts. And Smurf accounts are the low-level account of the high-level person. So I remember playing a game, and I was like, dude's like, yeah, just letting you know this account's a Smurf. What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Is that you're a small blue little man? Like, what the fuck?
And usually
so I had to go.
People who suck at, who just lose so many times they go and want to beat on lobies because they're bad. Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, that was entertaining. Just trying to I got to figure that shit out. Then it was, you kept telling me, Zed or whoever I was playing before is an AD, or Ashe is an AD carry, and I was like, oh, that's great. What the fuck do you mean? What is AD? It took me the longest time. Then I realized attack damage was it wasn't like just attack or damage. It was attack damage in the game, so that's why they called it AD carry as opposed to AP carry. I still don't know exactly the whole jungle strategy. I haven't figured that shit out yet.
It takes. Well, I never saw junglers. Like back in the day, there were one out of every 50 games you saw a jungler. It was rare, but now it's like the meta, which is one person top, one person in the jungle, one person mid, and two people bottom is the new meta for the game. So everybody follows that now. So that's why you see junglers in every game. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't like it when junglers decide to go, there's two top, and they leave one bottom, because I always end up being like Tristana and getting stuck on the bottom down there, which sucks in the beginning. But what you gonna do? By the way, the championships, the League of Legends championships were this past weekend. Or
I
past
saw
week.
that. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but yeah, they're finishing out their championships. I'm hoping they just came out with preseason 3, the second patch release, and they fixed a few bugs that everybody was creeping about. But they buffed and nerfed certain things I didn't agree with. But that's right. So many people, it's starting to turn into a WoW in a sense where people QQ so much on the forums that you get a fucking huge nerf or a huge buff to champions that make 0 sense. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just started playing Jax, and you were saying that he has been changed a million times.
Oh yeah, they've reworked him so many times, but he's still strong.
He is pretty fun. As a late game guy, as long as if you get fed, that guy is amazing. I only had one game though where I got fed. The rest of them, yeah,
he's a snowballer. He only needs a few kills to be good though. But that's, I mean, the best position in that game is probably just to be a brawler, or a bruiser, because you can just take damage and deal it out so much to the squishies. You can take 3 people out in a team fight before they can do anything.
Yeah, I don't like having the big tanks going after them, and they take no damage at all. It seems like, at least, having to whack the shit out of them. But especially if you're a melee guy and you decide to go face to face against a tank.
Yeah, people still focus tanks. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like focusing prop paladins in arenas. It makes no sense.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Or Blood Death Knights, or Prot Warriors, or
Yeah.
Bear.
But every game has their source of retardedness, I guess.
Yeah, but they fit a role. I mean, the idea is you send them in first, and everyone's already focused on them. Oh, they're at 50% health. Let's just kill him, and then there's your fall.
Archiean and Kel. They have the balls. They have the brains. All they're lacking is adventure!
Our second topic today is going to be TERA, a I wouldn't say massively popular. It's an MMORPG. It's a Korean game, so you get that anime feeling from. I'm gonna say hentai because, as Kel's listed here, the jigglies. There's more thought put into the tits of a few of the girls than there is the game itself. I mean,
Gotta look good. I mean, come on.
Those things jiggle.
Just think of the audience of all the guys playing in
Unless you
that
play
area.
an Ellen. I played an Ellen, the little eternal.
Yeah, but I gotta say, you feel like you're a giant pedo bear with that. I just no.
I was cute as fuck.
That's kind of the idea, I guess.
I played. I think I just logged on the other day because it's free to play now.
It's not free to play yet. It's free to play in February.
Oh, I got time for being 60 and for being a beta player. But yeah, and then it's free to play. I think I got like a week free. I logged on to my 60 Sork. But yeah, it's still definitely going to get back into that. I think one of the only reasons I quit was because it was subscription, and I wasn't enough of a game to have a subscription. But it's definitely a great game. It's definitely working on the graphics card. I think I had just enough to hit ultra settings, and then I even lowered it down because when at least 10 or more people were around me, even my computer was just like, fuck this.
Yeah, it does take a lot, and I know the end game PvP
Oh god, it was
area.
terrible.
I never actually went there because I think the highest I got my warrior is 58.
It was just it wasn't good enough to pay for it. It just wasn't worth it. But now that it's free to play, and a few of my buddies that didn't want to pay for it or couldn't pay for it are going back, definitely going to start trying that out again. It's a great game. I mean, the combat system is unrealistic. You can't, not unrealistic. It's unbelievable how good it is. TERA. If I have to go for combat and PvP, TERA is probably one of my favorite. Is the favorite game of all time. Just because there's no tab target whatsoever. There's a few lock-on spells, but even those you still have to get a hold of the person, and everything is just based. It's an MMO based on a skill shot. So if you play League of Legends, you know what skill shots are. But just it was amazing. I loved it, and I used to kick ass. We would just roll through 2 or 3 people deep, and we'd take on 6 or 7 people, and just go on a gang fest. It was just awesome.
I never got into that stuff because you guys just blew past me, and then I wasn't on as much. So
You hit 60.
I did not.
I didn't really play with.
I hit 58.
Nim and Soria a lot. I played with Psycho and Nessimon, and they're playing again. So you should level up your warrior.
I might consider it.
Fun. It was a great game. You liked it. You didn't like
Oh,
the BAMs. The BAMs. Fuck yeah.
The BAMs were fun. I like being able to
monsters.
try and solo them. So
Yeah, they were. That was where the fun was at. BAMs are big ass monsters. They were basically raid bosses out in the world that you just fought, and there were tons of them everywhere. It was awesome.
But I gotta say though, I mean, normally in most MMO games, there's some sort of feel to an RPG feel to it. So I can't normally play female characters. This one, there's no storyline really that anybody really follows. The questing, I didn't follow it at all. And so I played a female character, and not only did I play the female character, I played the Kastanic. Anybody who's played that,
Salute of that world.
yes, essentially, and the gear kind of emphasizes that. So, especially when you get to run around in swimsuits and you get to run around in swimsuits and heels, and I think I've got a halo to emphasize how good of a person I am.
You know how weird my character is? Flat-chested little 8-year-old. What are they called? They're immortal, like I don't know. They're immortals, but they're like stuck in 8-year-old girl bodies. And one of them was like a Japanese schoolgirl swimsuit. Was one of the options. I was like, wow, they're really catering towards pedophiles at that point.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
funny. I don't know.
I
I like
never
my
saw that one.
Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I do like the game. I definitely will be playing it when it becomes free to play here and there, just for fun. I do miss it. I will say it is one of my favorite games of all time. It's just all my friends. I mean, everybody just left the game. Everybody's like, "Well, we're going back to WoW, or we're going back to this and that." It was just, I miss it.
Well, I got bored because I turned my character into a person who was going back and helping people level and helping all my friends level, and then they passed me, and then no one came back and played with me. So I was like, "Well, fuck this. I'll go do something else."
Yeah. That's what happened at 60, man. Everybody does their own thing, and you get bored. I think that happens in a lot of games. You need everybody to stay on the same page, but it's one of those things. I don't know. TERA is definitely the best MMO I've ever played. I will say this: it definitely encouraged me more to anticipate Blade and Soul coming out next year. Oh, I can't wait. Oh.
Well, when that comes out, we'll have an episode that has talking about it, so you can rant and rave about how great it is or how terrible it is depending on when it comes out.
Oh, I will rant and rave and pillage and plunder. Grr.
Yes.
So, what would you give League of Legends out of 5 stars?
Well, I would say a 4, just because I haven't played it long enough to
4.
rate it anything more than that.
I agree with you.
And
there,
I still like the game.
Yeah, it's just starting to become catered to the masses, which is... what about TERA? What are you going to give that one today, Senor Cal?
Since it's really a unbalanced MMO where it's based around combat only, it's a 3 to me.
I will say that as much as I loved it, it's completely just a clusterfuck of everything. I'm going to give it a 4 because I love it. But yeah, it definitely needed to go free to play. They should not have been charging a sub for something that's just so fucked up, I guess. All right, and Well, that was Lacking Adventure episode 4, so hope you'd enjoy. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment if you want to. Nothing negative, unless you want to talk dirty to me, I'll reply. And please subscribe to us. We will be releasing another one in 2 weeks. So, stay sexy.